iba babá, iba yeye, iba lorum, iba a cocoimbre. Moyuba egun irumaleo tú, moyuba egun irumaleo sí, moyuba kodá, moyuba chedá, moyuba obu egun tocolabá, lerito kun timbelese los dumares. O Baramey Remí Herrera, o Gundafún Botata Gaitán, Periquito Pérez, Irete Untendí, Bernardo Roja, Beo Morales, o Chepaure, Bernardito Roja. O Bendica acá, o Bendilele Cundo Sevilla, o Turaira, Agapito Piloto, o Turazá, Espidio Cárdenas, Babá y yo, Berraudíana Sacó, Nelson Monteagudo, Quibaé y Bayén Tonún, Oyecún Patioché, Armando en Bonón, Quibaé, o Cheni López, Papo Angarica, o Ditauro Santiaguito Nani, Quibaé y Bayén Tonún, o Canazá, Marino Peña, o Canagüete Marqueti, Beto Osacana, Quibaé, o Funleni Cheito, Quibaé y Bayén Tonún, Timbelese los Dumares, Atandá, Añabío, Bailú, Jesús Pérez, Girardo Rodríguez, José Antonio el Cojo de la Rosa, Goza de Pancho Quinto, o Batile Mi Puntilla, Regino Jiménez, Fermín Nani Quibaé, y Bayén Tonún, Lázaro Ross, Ogunique, Amelia Pedroso, Onille Mayá, Meseíta Valdés, Ochubumí, Quibaé, y Bayén Tonún, Timbelese los Dumares, Teresa Polledo, Rolando el Gordo, Felipito Alfonso Equiletí, Pedro Savera, Echubí, Quibaé, y Bayén Tonún, Osvaldi Meyi, Obatolá, Obalofún, Lamberto Samá, Felipe Lucha, Maximiliano Ordaz, José Roche, Víctor Casanova, Salacó, Talabí, Taladé, Polito, Nené, Pupi, Osvaldele, Polo Ochahueye, Camona, Latuán, Echudina de Solá, Venerando Alfonso, Juan Jimao, Alfonso Leguá, Ochardinú Carillado, Chungüe, Oreste Blanco, Quibaé, Feli La Serra Verane, Onille Mayá, Quibaé, y Bayén Tonún Pototo, Oni Changó, Fabián, Ochairle, Quibaé, Bayén Tonún Chacho, Ochun Funqué, Quibaé, y Bayén Tonún, Jorge Iturralde, Quibaé, y Bayén Tonún Susana Cantero, Feminita Gómez, Nélida Obótolo, Hecho Ayer Chunguere, Manuela Carecaballo, Bindón Gilla, Omía Tigueque Mindale Almagro, Eleque Milus Díaz, Changola Rimita, Oló Fundé, Nidia Calleja, Quibaé, y Bayén Tonún Edelmira López, Omila D, Loida Abel, Olomix D, Quibaé Luisa La Serra Veranes, Onille Mayá, Quibaé y Bayén Tonún, Timbelese los Dumares, Bob Egun Toco Labá, Oló Ochun, Oló Batalá, Lerito Kun, Elese, Oló Dumares. Para Suayo, Omonia la Guana Mamaqueña Irabo Eke, Obara Suayo, Eke, Echutara, Omonia la Guana Mamaqueña Irabo Eke, Para Suayo, Omonia la Guana Mamaqueña Irabo Eke, Obara Suayo, Eke, Echudara, Omonia la Guana Mamaqueña Irabo Eke, Ago ele guabuquenque, ago ele guabuquenque, ago ele guabuquenque, ago ele guabuquenque, abuquenque, alabuquenque, babale de masanquio, abuquenque, alabuquenque, babale la topa un lobo, abuquenque, alabuquenque, ele guara, ben velario, ele guara, ben velario, ele guara, aguanileo, ogun maribo, aguanileo, ogun maribo, ogun afomode, oile ambere, maribo, ogun de baba, aguanileo, ogun maribo, aguanileo, ogun maribo, ogun afomode, oile ambere, Mariwo Ogunde Baba. Awanile, awanile, komanseirawo. Awanile, awanile, komanseirawo. Awanile, awanile, komanseirawo. Awanile, awanile, komanseirawo. Awanile. Ocho sí, ọmọ allí lo da a la malade. Ocho sí, allí lo da a la malade. Sire, sire, o de masa, ore, ore. Sire, sire, o de masa, ore, ore. Chambele que iguoro, o de masa, golona. Chambele que iguoro, o de masa, golona. Chambele que iguoro, o de masa, o de fa. Chambele que iguoro, o de masa, o de fa. O de masa, ibara, o de fa, o de masa. Iguara, o de fa, o de masa. Iguara, o de fa, o de masa. Iguara, o de fa, o de masa. Bioko, bioko, bi. Ayala, o, yoko, bioko, bi. Ayalawo, mayele kumfele ifa, eriki mayele kumfele ifa, eriki mayele kumfele awo, eriki mayele kumfele ifa, eriki mayele kumfele awo, eriki mayele kumfele ifa, eriki. Ìyá mi ilé oro, ìyá mi ilé oro, bobo ake, iche mi sara maboe. Ìyá mi ilé oro, ochumoro ye o, ye oro ye o, ye, ya lo de oro ye o. Ye, oro, ye, o tu chenche kururu, kowani ye, oyokota, kowani ye, chenche kururu. Ye, amolebi, ye, amolebi, yalonga amolebi, ye, amolebi. Ye, amolebi, ye, ukwa amala, ye, ukwa amala, orowani ku ye, ure, orowani ku ye, amala, orowani ku mode, orowambi o ya, iroko ya. Batala bahekwa, babahekwa o, kwa o, batala hekwa, babahekwa o, kwa o, batala hekwa, babahekwa o, kwa o, akete oba seniye. Akete oba seniye. Baba yoko dara oba la ese. Baba fumi la ye. Ae oba la ese. Baba fumi la ye. Ae oba la ese. Baba fumi la ye. Batala kunawa. O batala kunawo. O batala kunawa. O batala kunawo. Baba o batala kunawa. Ayaguna kunao. O batala winawa. O batala kunao. Winnie mobile. O batala mobile. Winnie, Winnie, Mobile. Ayaguna Mobile. Winnie, Winnie, Mobile. Mobile, Mobile. OCHAREO, Ada Che, Chenife Chocún, Chenife Maru, Chenife La Ocha. Welcome everyone to your channel OCHAREO. Today we're going to talk about the Odun Oturanico, one of the Odun of the year from Cuba. We talked about the Odun Ogun Damasa before, and today is time to talk about this Odun with all of you. Thank you everyone that is connected. Thank you here, Victor, Mekia, hello. Thank you, Victor, the OCHAREO group from Alamar. Thank you to be here with us and to share time. This is the Odun that is important to learn about this Odun, because this one talk about Egun. So the first thing that we are supposed to do in this Odun, for those that don't have the Egun, the clay one, is to receive it. And this is the ceremony they are supposed to do by Babalawos. Thank you. I don't know who it is, but thank you for Babalao. So if you don't have it, speak with your Godfather or Ifa to prepare this Teja de Egun for you. Why? Because in one side of the Teja de Egun, they write down the Odun Oturanico that talk about the male spirits. All the men that pass away is represented by this Odun in the Teja of Egun. So it's letting us know that it's important to prepare that, and also pay more for it value to all of them. This Odun set Maferefun, Odudua, Orumila, Ochun. So during this year, it's important to do different ceremonies with these orichas and put at the music for them and all of that. But something that we need to know throughout all the patakines that we want to talk today, that we need to follow the advices of the orichas. This is something that is important for all of us. Why? Because most of the time the people go for divination, we go for divination. However, we don't do the bosses that the Odun require. So we're going to see in this letter of the year that it's important to do that. And also to use resources, because sometimes we don't have the money to do the ceremony, but we have different ways to accomplish that. In this Odun, the one guy, he had his father passed away, so he was so angry about that because his father never gave him anything when he was alive. However, when he passed away, with the messengers between the Odun, so heaven and the earth, he always sent messages for his son. I want that you do a ceremony with the chicken for me, and the rooster. And no, the last time he asked for the lamb. His son was so angry that he never answered, and he said to the messenger, how am I going to do these ceremonies if I don't have money to do? And my father didn't give me anything in life. So one day, he decided to get into the bag that messenger had and goes to heaven to see his father in person. When he got there, at that time they put the sack next to the tree. So his father, when he saw the messenger, he thought that his son sent something for him. So he was happy, and he went and opened the bag. When he saw that inside the bag was his son, he got surprised, and he asked him, what do you do here? And he said, no, I am here because I want to talk with you in person. and let you know that I don't have anything, so I don't want to offer anything for you. And he fell to his hand and went to different doors that was in heaven and showed him, you see this door? This door is the door of the fortune. Open it. And he saw a lot of diamonds over there, and the next one was money. And he continued showing him different doors. All the spirits that were in heaven at that time start to dance around his son. And he asked his father what they are doing. And he said that it means that you're going to stay here with me, because no one that coming over here go back to the earth. And he had to stay in heaven. What is telling us this Odun, that angers and resentment is not good to keep it in our heart for different people that we have. For example, our father that passed away, or an uncle, or anything like that. So when we go for divination and they recommend us to give a rooster for the spirit of our father, or the chicken, wherever the spirit is, we are supposed to do a ceremony. Resources, because this religion is something this religion has, is that has so many different resources that we can accomplish things. Sometimes we don't have the money. This is something that happens for everyone. So what you can do, you can prepare a corner in your house and offer that spirit different things. Coffee, for example, pastries, a plate with fruit. You can cook, for example, a fish for Egun, a fish for Egun, and different things. And speak, take your baculo of Egun, and you pray, and you tell this spirit, I don't have the money right now to offer you the rooster that you asked for, but here you are. All of that is for you. When I have the money and the time to do the ceremony, I go to do it. And you will see the result, because all of them know our situation in the world. So if you don't have the money to do it, you can do something else. Right, for example. This is the reason that we are supposed to know the tradition of our family members, what they eat, what they like. Why? Because when we're going to do the offer for them, we know how prepare it. Also the lineage or tradition that you have. If your family, for example, is from Mexico or from Venezuela or from Cuba, you know how prepare that. I have a godchild that they have the family lineage is from Jamaica, for example, and when they want to prepare something, they prepare food from their roots, that is Jamaica. So the spirits that belong to them receive that offering. Something else that this Odun is telling us, that here the Kuruhei, that is the head that you see here, this plant is the Kuruhei of the Santissimo. The people that have medium, you can have one and put it next to your boveda or in your house in any place, because the Kuruhei call the good spirits. In order, when you are doing masses, when you are doing any spiritual ceremony in your house, your spirit help you to accomplish that. So if you have this Odun Oturanico, or you are close to it, you can do this kind of ceremony with Egun, because this Odun is the Odun that talk about Egun, about material thing. So it's important to do the different ceremony that we have to do for them. And when we're going to feed Egun, try to feed with the rooster and the hens. Why? Because talk about our ancestors. So our ancestors, we have females and we have males too. So we are supposed to feed both of them to have balance in our religious life. This Odun talk to you about the mother, the advices of the mother, that is something that all of us, no matter the age that you have, always you have to remind the advice of your mother. Well, because here the mother, she didn't have enough money to raise her son, so she decided to go to Orumila house and live it over there because she couldn't afford everything that her son need, and also she was sick, and later she passed away. Orumila, he made ifa for him, and also he had all the ceremonies in Osai. So between Orumila and Osai, gave him all the different skills to survive in life. One of them was that he could transform in different animals. So the Osobo couldn't get him because he always transformed in something else. But this son grew up and he started to be famous around the different village that he was. Everyone started to talk about him, and he had a good comment, and almost everyone loved him. But Alosi, that was in the darkness, he didn't like him because he saw that he was so famous. So he decided to finish with his life. But he couldn't, because anytime that he wanted to approach him, he became in something else. So knowing that the men love the women in general, he decided to transform himself in a beautiful woman, and he went to the market. Oturanico, that he was in the market too, and he saw that beautiful woman and catch his attention. He decided to start to talk with her, and at some point he took her to his house, and they start to live together. Santo, Santo, always if you have the chance, put your name to know who is talking. Santo, thank you. So he decided to start with live with her. And now she asked him, is Alosi follow you because he want to destroy you? What do you do? And he said, I don't have any problem. I became in the bed. But he knows that you are the bed, what you do. And he said, oh, you know, I became in the lion. And he started to let him know all his secrets. His mother that was in heaven, in his dream, he told him, don't tell her the last result because you go to pass away. And he didn't let her know everything. In the morning, that beautiful woman transformed herself in Alosi and go behind him to kill him. But he became in the bed, but she knew that secret and continued following him, and he started to transform himself in different animals until the last one that was the insects, and she couldn't get him. So this Odun is telling us that everything that we have, the skill that we have, we are not supposed to share with everyone because you never know. The Osobos, because it's not only Iku, could be Ano, could be Ofo, Araye. As soon as you are successful in anything that you do, always someone go to envy you and want to move you away from the path. So don't talk about the secret that you have. Anytime that we receive an orisha, it's the transformation in our life. Why? Because we have the Ita, and the Ita let us know the resources to live the better life. So it recommend you to do this above. It recommend you the Ita to do this bath. So many different things in order that you are protect for any single or sobo that is around you. But if you talk with everyone about the resources that you don't have anything to protect yourself. So this Odun is telling you that be careful with who are you talking, because there are people that they disguise in something else, and they approach to you and start to talk to you to know about the secrets that you have. As well, this Odun gives you the advice that you are supposed to receive or sign. So the person that has Otura are supposed to have or sign. It is a woman, for example, you are supposed to have the Awayeru or sign, because or sign is something that is good because allow you to transform yourself. So no matter the osobo that is following you, never going to catch you, because when they get the point to get you, you are something else. That's why it's important to receive Osai. Like if you don't have, for example, your Wofaka os Orumila or your Ikofa, you are supposed to receive it too, because it will be great for you. This Odun is the Odun Oturanico that is telling you that all the advice, remember this, that your mother gives you is for good. So you are supposed to keep in mind, no matter what the people said, it's important to keep in mind. Thank you, Lasalle. Thank you, thank you, Jorge Lasalle. Thank you, Lasalle. Bendiciones. Thank you, man. So it's important that you keep that secret and receive the original that you are supposed to receive. Here we have how, when we follow the advice that we have in divination, we accomplish anything that we want. Because here, Orumila, he had the reading, so he want to go to see Olofi and speak with him about the different situation and problem that we have in earth. But he need also his advice. So he saw this Odun and he prepared the needle, fabric, and all of that Orula recommended him to do, and a bow with that eggs and also black-eyed peas that he made, bollitos de cabeza, that we call a crew. So he went to see Olofi, but it was the way, the path that it was, had a lot of spirits and things that to get to see Olofi, it was so difficult because he didn't know that kind of path. So in his way to see Olofi, he saw Elegua, and Elegua, all his clothes was, "You welcome, my goddaughter or my godson," and he gave Elegua the clothes, the different fabric, and said, you can dress with that and it will be good for you. So Elegua showed him the path. He told him, if you want to see Olofi, go in this direction. And he continued. Later, he saw the woman, the old woman that was Ochanla. And he talked with her, and she said, here we don't have egg, we don't have anything because the hens don't want to put egg and all of that. And he offered her the eggs that he has in his bag. And she showed him the other part of the path. He continued and he got the doors of Olofi. He saw one child over there, and he told the child, I want to see Olofi. And Orumila told him, and if you help me, I'm going to give you this crew. And open, because I see that inside there are other childs, and I want to share with them too. And the boy opened the door for him, and he distributed all the crew, the bollitos de carita, for all of them. So he had the possibility to see Olofi and talk with him. So no matter the problem that we have in our life, is the path that we need to do different offerings. We need to do different bosses in order to get the place that we want. One of the situation, for example, if you want to change the job that you are working in a place that you don't want to be there anymore. First of all, you need patience because this is something important. But the first thing that you go to do is to offer something for a legua. Don't have to be a full leg, don't have to be a chicken. No, you can offer a legua. For example, guava or a fish for a legua that the moon. Something like a candle and talk with a legua what you want. What you want to move away from the place that you are unhappy and all of that. So when you do that, a legua automatically he start to help you, to teach you the path, because sometimes, H, Mantiga, H, el grupo Chareo, Carraguao, H, what happened that Elegua, he goes to help you, he goes to show you what you need to do. Because sometimes we think in the wrong way. So we need the help of our orishas. And then 2 weeks later, you put on a demu, for example, for Obatala. You light 2 candles and you speak with Obatala about what you want to accomplish in life. And after that, you offer Bollito de Carita for eBay, for example, or you continue little by little. But it's important that you are for one thing. One of the problems that sometimes I have with my god kids and people in the community is that they want everything in one time. No, I want to change the job that I am working, I want to the house, and I want. So when you ask for too many things, you don't accomplish nothing. So it's better that you focus in what really you need in this moment. So in this moment, that I need is to move away from the job that I am doing. I don't want to be in debt anymore. So just be focused is that towards all the riches that you have. But anytime that you speak with any of them and asking for help, put something. Like I said before, don't have to be for legs, 2 hands, nothing like that. Just with Aladimuses and Adimuses, little by little for each of them, you will see the results. And why I insist always that you do something by yourself. Because when you do something like that and you see the result, this increase your faith. And faith is the best thing that you could have in your life. So when try to do something like that, and when you accomplish everything and you move, you feed the riches. You be grateful and you say, okay, Legua, here you are, the chicken or batala, or the riches. The main riches that you have could be Ochun, could be Chango, any of them. And then you feed them and to keep the ire, because the ire is something that is so hard sometimes to get it. But as soon you get it, you just have to keep that ire. So you start with Adimuses and Aradimuses, and later when you accomplish everything is when you feed them with feather. Don't have to be for less. But if you want and you feel comfortable and you have the prosperity to feed them with 4 legs and half a mitad, is something else that you can do. That originals, of course, they're going to appreciate that. This one talk about the guy that he was working, carrying palm trees, and his father, he was an agriculture. He worked so hard in his life in order that his son could have everything that he needs. What happened that his son never attended the riches. He never attended the riches. He never put an aladimu for any of them. He never fed them because his father did everything for him. One day, his father passed away, and in the ceremony of Itutu, they recommend him to get a rogation, to receive some orichas, and to attend his orichas. But he refused to do that. Why? Because usually his father did everything for him. So what happened that one day he was cutting the palm tree, he was in the high place, and he listened the noise, and when he turned his head, he fell from the palm tree and he passed away. So this patakin of this Odun is advice the parents that we are supposed to teach our kids, but allow them to do something by themselves. It is not the case, for example, that your son or your daughter have 8 years old or 9 years old. It's good that you do it because they are so little. But as soon as they have 14, 15 years old, you need to teach them that they are supposed to do everything in the religion by themselves. That's why I recommend the parent that when you have the kid that they have more than 15 years old, let them know that they have to decide the day that they want to get crowned. Why? Because the oricha is a responsibility for the rest of our life. So if they are not so sick, for example, that sometimes they need ceremonies because they are sick or something like that, wait for the moment that they decide to do ceremonies by themselves. Something else is that the songs, that they follow the tradition of their parents. Not everyone, have the same faith in life. More when they see that the parents do everything for them. This is something that they have the orichas, but they really don't press so much attention because the parents do everything for them. So when things like that happen, we need to let them know that they are supposed to do everything like we do. Don't do for him, so you can do with them at the same time. Okay, they are going to put their demu for Ochun. Take the oil demu and you put to your Ochun. Oh, thank you, my heart. Thank you, my Gadore. And you put to your Ochun. I'm going to do this with Olokun. Okay, take you the demu and you're going to put to your Olokun. So anytime that you do something, let them know that they have to be with us and do the same thing. So in that way, you are training them how attend the richa. So tomorrow, if you are not next to them, they know how to do it because they learn from you. This is something that you can do and goes to help you with the faith and everything that we are supposed to do in our religious life. We have the neighbors, the God kids, something that happened, a lot of times in the ceremonies and all of that. Here, Orumila, he was abandoned by his kids, but he had next to his house the God kids that always they attend him. They provide him with everything, even his goddaughter cook for him. So when he had ceremony and he had meat that he didn't use, he always gave them to them. And they use and cook. But one day he had a big ceremony. I had a lot of meat. And he gave it to them and they said, but Padrino, we cannot use all of that because we had, a few people. But he said, use all of them, and you can, and the rest go to the forest and leave it in the hole. And they did like that. What was their surprise that when they went to the forest and they saw the hole and they throw the first package of meat, they listened a noise. So they said, what happened down there is just the hole in the earth. And when they throw the second one, they listen the same noise. So the husband decided to go down to know what was in there and what the fortune was, a lot of money down there. And he took it and he went to his godfather's house and he exchanged with him. And the godfather said, you know, I don't need anything. You need it. And in that way, they became rich. So the relationship with the godparent is so important. It's not only that we go to our godparent when we have problems. Sometimes we need to call them to know how they are doing, if they have any problem. So we know that in this time, everyone is busy. Everyone is running from one way to another to survive. But you can call your godparent, you know, sometime to know how they feel, if they need something from you. What happens when we do this? When we do this, our relationship grow up. We understand each other better. We have a better connection. And the orishas not only bless you, also bless your godparents. So try to keep that relationship alive. In the other side, the godparents, we are supposed to exchange time with our godkids, to training them in the best way that we can to know about the tradition of our beautiful religion. And the meat, something else that we have now. We dismiss a lot of meat sometimes in ceremony that we can share with people of our community that they like that meat. That even though they are not in the religion, but they are for another culture that they like the goat, for example, they like the guinea hen. So we can use the part that we use for our orishas, and the rest of that we can share with them. Also, in some places that there are animals that we know, before you put, for example, their chases that we put in the garbage, you take their chases and you go to any forest that there are different animals that live in there, and you live in there, you are exchanging that food with the mother nature. So this is something that is not just only good for you, also for the animals. Also Olofi is watching at you how you exchange. So if you have the possibility, because you live in the middle of the city, you cannot do that. But you live in the place that you can go to any forest and put that they are like the music, and that the music is the best thing that you can do. But when we exchange that, this is blessing for us. When we are doing the ceremonies, we are supposed to cook for the community. So try to do that and you will see the result. You will see how the doors open for you, because you just cannot be so selfish and the people do the ceremony for you, but you don't share with them part of the food. This is something that we need to really follow in our religion and keep it in mind for the evolution of ourselves. This is the Odun that talk about the to be persistent in life, that we cannot give up. No matter what happens, when you want to do something in the religion, try to be persistent, try to think just in that and do it. And in that way, you're going to overcome any single obstacles that you have. Because this one to talk about the woman that she went for divination with Sorumila, and recommend her to do an ebo with 3 barrels of rum or tea. And she said, okay, I'm going to do the book. But when she buy the first one, because she cannot buy all of them at the same time, because she didn't have enough money to do it. And she decided to go to see Orumila. The illness came and took away from her that battle. And she waited for a week. She was working so hard until she can buy the second one. And when she decided to go to Orumila house, the same thing happened. The tragedy came and take away the battle for her. But she continued doing the same thing, and the third one, she had the possibility to go to his house and told him, here you are, one of the battle of Oti. And she was telling him everything that happened before. And he told her it was supposed to pass like that, because the first one went for the illness, the second one for the clients, and the second one is for Iku. So with this battle, we went to put San Oti for Elegua and Orumila. And when she finished the book, the prosperity knocked her door. And then she had the possibility to buy anything that she wanted. So what happened that sometimes we have problems, we have situations to receive an original. We cannot have the complete money to do it. And I always recommend the person, don't start to pay any bill in your house, don't start to pay the mortgage, you have mortgage, a car note or anything to do the ceremonies. Just save the money. But if we have, for example, 20, and we say, but this is enough. No, 20 is enough. You save 5, you save 10, but you know that the money that you save, you don't going to touch it. And little by little, when you open your eyes, 6 months later, you have the money to receive the result that you are supposed to. And anytime that you save money to do the ceremony, you are receiving the blessing of that Orisha. Because the Orisha knows, they know everything. So they don't going to ask you that you start to pay any bill to receive the Orisha. No, they are resources, like I told before. Like here, for example, they try to away for her the first battle, but it was supposed to pass like that. Sometimes we go to do the ceremony and something happens. So we need to pay all of that, and we don't have the money to do a ceremony. This is not a problem. The problem is that you keep in mind what you are supposed to do later. No matter it's 1 month, 2 months, or 3 months. But just save your money. Don't get desperate. Don't, get frustrated because you don't have it. No, just have faith that you cannot do now, but you can do later. Everything in our life happens for a reason. And when it's your time to crown your ocha, when it's the time to do an book, you go to do without any problem. This Odun talk about the teacher and the guy that used the source. That the teacher was telling him everything that he needs to know how to use the sword. So when he grow up and goes to any competition, he always won. Always. And he became so famous that he was the person that used the sword in the best way that anyone do it around the village and the country and all of that. So one day the Osobo start to poison him. You need to challenge your professor to know to show us that you are the best around all the village. And he said, yes, I'm going to challenge him. I'm going to defeat him too. So when they spoke with the teacher, The teacher, he didn't know that was his a student that he wanted to fight with. And he said, no, I don't want to, to fight with anyone, but they insist. And he said, okay, I go to the competition. When he went over there, he saw that was his student. So he was in his eyes, and the student challenged him again. And he said, no, I want really to show everyone that I am the best. And he tried to do everything that was possible to defeat his professor. And the professor, just with one movement, just with one, defeat him. When he was on the floor dying because he hurt him badly, he said, wow, you never taught me this kind of movement in this sport. And he said, yeah, I taught you that, now I was on the floor because you are younger than me. So this Patakin is teaching us that always the youngest, they want to challenge you. Always they, even though you teach them everything that is possible, they want to know more than you. They want to show people that they have more skills when they feel strong. So try to keep always some secret for you. Like some proverbs said that the teacher cannot teach everything because you never know. And sometimes people, just because they want to be famous, just because they want to show people that they are stronger than you, they can do something against you. So be so careful who you teach you skills. So there are things that you can teach them, and the rest, the spirits and ego go to teach them. The spirit and ego going to guide them in life. You cannot teach everything. This is something that is important during this year. Oturanico is advice, this us this advice that teach them but never teach everything. And the youngest, you have this Odun. No matter what the people talk about, you got parents, no matter what the people talk about your teachers, always try to be humble because you never know. When you are humble, you go to receive the blessing or you got parents. So even though you are not next to them for so many different reasons, maybe you move to another town or they move, or sometimes we, have some issues. Never talk about them. Never allow people that put fire in your heart. People that want to push you to fight with them, to blaspheme about your parents, because this is something that is not good. If you keep this in mind, you don't going to have any single problem. Here, my Ferefun, in this Odun Ogun, Yemaya, and Obatala. Obatala, he was living with Yemaya. He told Yemaya that if she bring supporters for him, she goes to be the queen of the ocean. And Yemaya accepted that. So she went to the forest to get all the supporters that she could. And she had the basket. But what happened that Echu, that he knew about that, he always put different traps in Yemaya way. Ogun that noticed that, he didn't like the action of Echu. So anytime that Echu put a trap for Yemaya, he moved away from Yemaya. So Yemaya, she didn't notice anything that happened around her. So she grabbed all the supporters that she can and she went back to see Obatala. In the four corners, Echu showed up to her, and he grabbed all the basket and he started to fight with Yemaya. Ogun, that he and a boy with Oti, he put the barrel of Oti in the corner, and as soon Echu saw that barrel of Oti, he left Yemaya and he took the barrel of Oti and started to drink. So in that way, Yemaya, she got all the support, and with the help of Ogun, together they went to Obatala house. And Obatala blessed both of them and told them, you know, you go to get marriage, but always you will have some difficulties in your relationship. So I recommend you, Ogun, that be careful with your character and your anger. So Yemaya and Ogun start to live together. What happened that later, always Ogun was upset and he had different issues and problems with Yemaya. And Yemaya, that she was a beautiful woman, she started to see someone else. And she started the relationship with this person that was Babalu Aye. But Ogun, he had a dog. So the dog saw all the situation and he tried to advise Ogun, but Ogun didn't pay attention of that. One day that Yemaya had the relationship with Babalu Aye, he went and he tried to buy the dog, to buy Ogun, and grab him from his pan. And Ogun followed his dog to know, let me see what happened at home. And when he got his house, he saw that Yemaya was with Babalu Aye. Both of them ran away because they know the character of Ogun. And the dog tried to buy Yemaya and rip out all her clothes. So this Odun talk about the infidelity too. That the person could betray the relationship. Could be a woman or could be a man. So for us, it's our benefit to keep our relationship as safe as we can. Because as soon we have another kind of relationship out of our house, we will be in trouble. Because Ogun going to get upset with us. This Odun talk about Maferefun Ogun. So Ogun remove the traps of Yemaya. Anytime that Yemaya she go to approach any trap, Ogun remove it from her. And Echu continue. And Ogun continue remove every single trap that he puts in her way. So if you, for example, need to receive the shells of Ogun, and you need to reinforce your Ogun, it's time to do it. Because one of the great orishas in this Odun that defend us and help us with everything is Ogun. Maferefun also Yemaya and Obatala, but here Ogun is so important to reinforce Ogun. If you didn't feed Ogun this year, try to feed Ogun. Because you got fire and not only Ogun was called feed you warriors. Because this is something that it will be your support. It will be a great benefit for you. Respect the woman of others. If you are the man, respect the woman of others. Try to don't have any relationship with them and be in the house because you could be in a huge problem. This Odun talk about that. Infidelity, people that betray the relationship. When you do that, you betray yourself. So try to keep this in mind, like the advice of the year, that it will be a great benefit for you. Here with this Odun also have the patakin about the child, the father, Odudu Arumila, Maferefun Chango, in Oturanico. This is the song that his father crowned Chango, and let me see what to do. You are okay. Let me put this. Okay, wait a minute. Let me answer this. Okay, Jorge Lasalle. If you are an Aleyo, like you said, you have the warriors. Just the warriors. You also feed you warriors. So you can feed you warriors. For example, you Legua, Ogun and Osu, and depend on the guardian angel that you have. If you don't have the guardian angel determined already, you know which one is it. Just feed the warriors who sang at the move for Elegua, for example, that is important in this Odun, and sang at the move for Ogun. Don't have to be Lasai the same day. Okay, you can feed your warriors, and then after that you put some fruit for Elegua, 3 mango, for example, 3 guava, something for Elegua, or hecho. It doesn't matter which one is it. Then later around, the next month, you put something for Ogun. Okay, and with that, you will be okay. So this is something that you can do if you are an Aleyo. Because also you are an Aleyo, tomorrow you could be a Santero. So you need evolution in life. So work. Something that our religion has, La Salle, is that we work with things that we have. If we have the word, we want to go with the word. If we have the words and Olokun and Ganari, we work with them. If we have Orumila, the person have, for example, the Awofaka Orumila, work with, and then it will become in your life in a custom, you know, and you start to work with your riches. So you can do what you want. So going back to this Pataki, and thank you for your question. Going back to this Pataki, the son of that man that he had crowned Chango, he passed away. So Odudua, that was his father, he took him and he started to educate him. He did Ifa for him and helped this boy. But he was the guy Odua that always he was in different places. So he left him by himself in that village. This boy started to grow up by himself, and he had a lot of issues and problems and situations in his life. But he always prayed to the Egun of his father. He always prayed to Egun of his father, and also Chango. He prayed to Chango in his need every single day. So the Bobo Egun and the Egun of his father start to help him and teach him. And also Chango start to, through the dream, give him the different knowledge about the religion and secrets of all of that. He grew up and he became so famous around that village, and everyone followed him. But one day he decided, because he had a lot of problems with his family and his kids and all of that, to go to another village. And when he got there, he saw the old man that he was by the corner, sick. And he saw him, and he recognized that he was his godfather. But Odudua, he didn't recognize him because he was a man already. And he did all the bosses for his godfather. And his godfather gets so much better. And one day that he was praying, Odua told him, you know, I had the godson that I taught him different prayers, something like, you look like him. I said, no, it's me. I am your godson. So Odua, that he want to leave that village, he named him the Oba of everyone, and he left and blessed him. So this Odun is telling us that the person go to see how his father passed away, but he need to attend his spirit. and also attend Chango. And then one day, the godson could save the life of the godfather. Even though you don't go to learn anything from your godfather, but your godfather will need you. So all the knowledge that you get during your life, you're going to apply at that moment, and you're going to save the life of your godfather. So this Patakin letting us know that you never know who could save you. So even though you grow up by yourself, because this also talk about problem with the family, and that the parents could pass away when you are young and all of that, you are the person that you will have knowledge about the religion. So it's the time to study, it's the time to prepare yourself for the future. And you will see that sooner or later, you're going to accomplish everything that you want. Most of the time, it's not in the place that you are living. Sometimes you go to move to another place that you're going to apply all the knowledge that you have. The bow. We continue with the bow, Mafere, Fun, Chango, Cabecilla, Africa. In this Odun Oturanico Chango, he was an slave. So at some point he was tired and all of that. He said, I don't want to be the slave anymore. So he went for divination, and the diviner recommended him to do a bow and play the drums when he get back to the village. And Chango did like that. He started to play the drum and all of that. So people start to follow him and yelling, and everyone was so happy. So the owner of the place that Chango was working like a slave, he thought that Chango took something from him, that he robbed him. So he accused Chango without any knowledge about, without any proof. So when the authorities came and checked everything, they said, he didn't took away anything from you. He just buried the bow or something that he did here, because here we don't see anything. So he needs to pay Chango for his liberty. And also, Chango became so famous that later on, he want an agreement with him, that he want to work with him, because he knew a lot of people and he needs his help. So in that way, Chango became rich and everyone loved him. So no matter what happened in our life, sometimes when we are the kids, because this Odun taught that when you are a kid, sometimes you have problems in your life. Sometimes you even were hungry. Sometimes you didn't know what to do. You have elders that guide you. Sometimes maybe you don't have a job. But in this year, if you apply yourself, and for example, if you have crown Chango, because this Odun talk about different origins, and you offer something for him, you always remember this. Start with the simple things. You put Kwanku, for example, the Amalaila, that is the commit with Kimbombo for Chango. 2 weeks later, for example, you put Nyangs, because something that I want to let people know, that the Nyang is the real thing that we prepare the Amala for Chango. So we can grate the Nyang, for example, make like a soup with okra and offer it to Chango too. You can make, for example, 6 towers for Chango or Nyang with a pot and honey. The pot also is evolution in our religion. So you can put a pot to 6 towers or Nyang and sell Chango with that. Often, that to Chango said, like, you have 6 crowns, Chango. I want that you help me to be in this position in my life. And I promise you that I'm going to work the OCHA, and I promise you that, you know, that later around I go to play for you, because here at the end you need to you know, play a drum for Django. When you accomplish anything that you want in your life, you can a widow or a fundamento or something for him. But it's important that you know about this. That he at Django, he overcome all the obstacles when he play. And the different bosses, some bosses that you can do, you need to bury them. So people that are bothering you, that have some issue with you, and you do the boss, try to bury this boss in a place that is safe, and you will see. No matter the people that they are accusing you for anything that you don't do, the people that envy you, that betray you, it doesn't matter, because we saw before how Django helped the son with from heaven, giving him blessing. But every single day he prayed to Edgun and Django in his needs. And Django provide him with knowledge. And now in the other Patakin also, Django just played and he liberated himself. He paid for his own liberty playing drum. So in one way or another, Django is important, even though this, according to this letter that is from the Yoruba Association of Cuba, is ruling of Batala and Ochun. There are two orishas, Django and Ogun, that is important to attend them. One, because Ogun going to break every single witchcraft obstacle and situation that you could have. In addition of that, if you have, for example, Sarabanda, you are scrap or Hasiete Rayo, you can do different cleaning in front of them too, to break every single obstacle, trap that you have in your way. But when you want to accomplish something, and if for example, for ide, evolution and position, work with Shango. So you have two. You have the balance. You have Ogun to break every single witchcraft that the people do to you. You have Sarabanda, you have Sete Rayo, and in the other hands, you have Django. So work with Ogun and work with Django, and God bless you. That you will see how you break everything that is in your way, and around June, July, you will be so grateful to this origin when you do that. Thank you, thank you, thank you, everyone that is connected today. Now, if you have any question, like before, Lasalle did, and it was a great question. It's important, you know, in the live stream that you ask. That is something that I really love, because people sometimes they have questions and they are a little shy and they don't want to ask. It's important that you ask, because when you ask something, it's not just for you, it's for the community. So people in the community, they, here you are, in the community, they learn from us too. So if you have a question, this is the time to do it. Okay, here, yeah, time to ask. Okay, it's the moment to do it. And I am here to answer according to my knowledge. If I don't know something, I'll let you know later. So, okay, if you don't have a question, for example, now you have a great week. Tomorrow is the President Day. So enjoy the President Day. The people that are free in the job, with their family, continue studying the religion, subscribe to the channel, we have so many different articles now that you can buy. So you have this that you can buy to OCHAREO. This is good to share our breakfast together. So we have in a spread chat, friend, a spread chat to help us that you can find out that we been so good for us. Let me see something here. Lasalle, how can oh, haha, good question. They always there something to learn. How can I represent Chango if you don't have it crown, but you know it's your guardian angel? Wow, nice. Okay, if you want, for example, represent Chango, spiritually, you can, for example, have the arch or Chango, the dress, you know, in with the color of Chango, someone that do that. Also, you can how spiritual, you know, you can have Santa Barbara and represent Chango. Um, so the arch, also you can buy the source, you know, the someone dress it for you. And that's it, but I want to recommend you something, Lasalle. You can buy the batea or Chango when to use when you get crown. This is so good. You buy the batea or Chango, a beautiful one, any one that you like, and you have the possibility to buy it, and you put in a place, and then you open that, and inside you don't have to do a ceremony, anything like that. You open, and inside you put money. You put, for example, the money you have, $6, $6, depending on the place that you live, you put it inside. Okay? So you have the batea or Chango already. And when you have some money, you put it in there. You put it in there. You know? No, you don't need to no, Irene. Irene, no. No, 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 no. So, in the case, okay, let me answer this first. So, you buy the batea or Chango, and you can put inside the batea money. Anytime that you have money to crown the Ocha, for example, you put inside the batea. This is the great way to represent Chango, because you go to get crown Chango, you know that this is your guardian angel, and in this way you are saving money in the house of Chango to use when you crown the Ocha. So you don't have to do a ceremony or anything like that. You just buy the batea or Chango, you put in a beautiful plate that you have, yeah, and you start to buy everything that you need to get crown, and inside you put the money. This is something that it goes to help, you know, to help you with that. Okay, Irene. Okay, my goddaughter, no, you cannot put any of the Mutu Chango because you don't have crown Ocha yet, so you don't have Chango. That you can do when you want to offer something for Chango, go to the Godfather house and do present that to Chango. So you see, that's why I like that the people make question, because you know most of the time it helps the community. When we don't have crown Ocha yet, and we want to offer something for any Orisha, because we accomplish something in our life and we promise or Chung or Batala, we can work with the Orisha as our godparents. So if you, for example, need to put something to Obatala, you ask you got parents first, and just take for example, the 8 fruits with cocoa butter and cascarilla, and you go to prepare that with you got parent because you don't know how to do it properly, and then you got father or you got mother, they present that to the Obatala in your name, and then later when you have to discard that you got parent going to let you know, you go back to the house, you take it and you put in the plate that this is the way than we work with the God key when they don't have crown OCHA and then receive the bless for any of them and then want to offer something. So this is the good question. Thank you, Irene, for that question. Anthony, yes, you can. You can, Anthony. You can go to my my website. I have over there all the information, email, phone, everything, and you call me and you can get the reading. This is not a problem that you live in another state. I do different reading for people that live in different states. So you don't have any problem with that, Anthony. So contact me. I have the information in my website that is www.ochareoframbell.com. So go there and that's it. All right, someone else, pero no, Joel Asaido, don't buy the stone or anything like that. Oh, no problem, Asai. We are here to help the community. So the reason that I am here is to try to help people with different questions that they have. And through my videos and all of that, I help the community and also I help myself. So you're welcome. And it's my pleasure to answer any question that you have. Okay, my family, have a great week. Have a great week. Enjoy the week. Behave yourself. Okay? Don't keep anger with you, resentment. And again, you got parents or your, or people around you. Ask for forgiveness. That is something that is good. Try to do your best with your orichas. Let me see because I don't want to leave. Okay, everyone. Oh, Honey Fire. Thank you, Honey Fire. Well, I was reviewing the the question. Okay, Honey Fire. The about Die for Evolution. Okay, this is Die for Evolution. So that is for evolution. The seed tower of Nyan, everything, every time that we prepare a tower is to go up. Okay, this is for evolution. This is not for Araye. For Araye, you clean in front of Chango, if you have crown ocha, and I think with, for example, with pomegranate. Pomegranate is good to clean in front of Chango. Okay, but this is about this offering is for evolution. The Nyan always is for evolution and prosperity. Thank you, Irene. You're welcome. Enjoy music, and listen music. That is so good. The music is so good for us. It's all good vibes, and you know, and we enjoy. We are happy. That's the most important thing that we can have. Thank you, all of you. Health, faith, and prosperity. That was all. OCHAREO.